The Consultant's Protocol, Part 1, The Foundation and Microhabits. Section 1, The Architectural Philosophy. Designing the Whole Life System. To move from an SAP functional role toward AI leadership or general management, you must stop viewing habits as isolated tasks. Example: drink water, check email, and start viewing them as an operating system, OS. A consultant's value is derived from cognitive clarity, pattern recognition, and stamina. Given your context, born 1985, navigating metabolic challenges like obesity or NAFLD, and managing eyesight strain. Your OS must prioritize preservation alongside performance. You cannot burn out. You must burn clean. We will integrate the Hindu concept of dharma, right action or duty, and dinacharya, daily regimen, because they offer a framework not just for productivity, but for sustainable vitality. The 4-pillar core. Your system rests on 4 pillars. If one fails, the consulting advice you give to clients suffers. 1. The biological hardware, body. Managing inflammation, NAFLD or obesity, and sensory input, eyesight. 2. The cognitive software, mind. Deep focus, learning agility, for the AI, pivot, and mental models. 3. The emotional network, resilience. Handling client stress, scope creep, and imposter syndrome. 4. The spiritual core, purpose. Anchoring your ambition in seva, service, to avoid corporate nihilism. Section 2. The every minute and every hour protocol. Habits that live in the microscopic gaps of your day. These are the most critical for you. High-level strategy fails if your eyes hurt by 11:00 a.m., or your glucose spikes cause brain fog by 2:00 p.m. The every minute layer, posture and breath. Concept: Sthira Sukhasasanam. Posture should be steady and comfortable. 1. The micro reset breath, pranayama. The habit: whenever you feel a surge of stress, client challenge, or a lull in focus, boring data migration task, engage in samavriti, box breathing. Inhale 4s, hold 4s, exhale 4s, hold 4s. The why. Consulting reason: it acts as a physiological pattern interrupt. It prevents the cortisol spike from a stressful email from lingering, keeping your decision-making brain, prefrontal cortex, online. Health context: NAFLD or obesity. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, which signals the body to store visceral fat around the liver. Controlling breath controls cortisol. Hindu integration: the breath is the bridge between the body and the mind, prana. Steady breath equals a steady mind. 2. The screen gaze protocol, Tritaka adaptation. The habit: every time you switch browser tabs or finish a paragraph, blink deliberately and soften your focus. Do not stare unblinkingly. The why. Consulting reason: computer vision syndrome leads to fatigue. A tired consultant misses details in the SOW, statement of work. Health context: eyesight. You have existing eye issues. Staring reduces blink rate by 66%, drying the cornea and increasing strain. Hindu integration: Tritaka is the practice of gazing to cleanse the eyes and mind. Think of this as reverse Tritaka, periodically breaking the gaze to reset. The every hour layer, the circadian pulse. Concept: ultradian rhythms, 90-minute energy cycles. 1. The 50-minute stand-up, the bio break. The habit: set a silent recurring alarm for 50 minutes past every hour. When it vibrates, stop typing mid-sentence. Stand up, essential for heavy consultants. Look at a point 20 feet away for 20 seconds. 20-20-20 rule. The why. Consulting reason: focus is a finite resource. Pushing past 90 minutes yields diminishing returns. The break reboots your cognitive cache. Health context: obesity or NAFLD. Sitting is the new smoking is a cliché because it's true. Prolonged sitting shuts down lipoprotein lipase, LPL, an enzyme that breaks down fat. Standing up reactivates this enzyme. You cannot out-exercise 12 hours of sitting. You must break the sitting cycle. Health context: eyesight. The ciliary muscles in your eyes lock into near mode when looking at screens. Looking away relaxes them, preventing progressive myopia. 2. The hydration pulse. The habit: drink 200 milliliters of water every hour. The why. Consulting reason: a 2% drop in hydration leads to a 20% drop in math or logic skills. You cannot afford that when analyzing SAP architecture or AI algorithms. Health context, NAFLD. The liver requires water to filter toxins. High hydration supports metabolic function and satiety, preventing boredom snacking, which worsens obesity. Section 3, the daily system morning arc. From waking to deep work, the foundation of the day. 1. The wake up, owning the Brahma Muhurta. Time, ideally between 5:00 a.m. 6:00 a.m. Adjust based on sleep needs, but consistency is key. The habit, waking up without an alarm, eventually, or with a gentle, non-startling alarm. No phone for the first 30 minutes. The why, consulting reason, the manager schedule runs on meetings, the maker schedule runs on focus. As you transition to AI or management, you need maker time to learn and strategize before the manager day begins. Hindu integration, Brahma Muhurta, approx. 1. 5 hours before sunrise is considered the most sattvic, pure, time of day. The mind is still, and the environment is quiet. It is the best time for jnana, knowledge, absorption. Health context, high cortisol waking, shocking alarm plus doom scrolling, spikes blood sugar immediately. A calm wake-up keeps glucose stable. 2. The internal bath, Ushapana. Time, T+O, 5 minutes. 5 minutes after waking. The habit, drink 500 milliliters to 750 milliliters of warm water. Add a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of turmeric if acidity permits. The why, health context, NAFLD or obesity. Liver flush. Warm water stimulates the gastrocolic reflex and helps the liver flush out toxins processed overnight. Agni, digestive fire. In Ayurveda, weak Agni leads to ama, toxicity or fat. Warm water ignites Agni without spiking insulin. Lemon aids liver enzymes. Consulting reason, eliminating dehydration immediately prevents the morning fog often mistaken for a need for caffeine. 3. Movement and breath. The metabolic igniter. Time, T+15 minutes. Duration, 20 to 30 minutes. The habit, a mix of pranayama and low-impact zone 2 cardio, brisk walk, or yoga. Specific recommendation, 5 rounds of Surya Namaskar, sun salutations, followed by a 15-minute brisk walk, indoors or outdoors. The why, health context, obesity or joints. Surya Namaskar is a full-body mobility flow that lubricates joints without the high impact of running, which might be hard on knees if overweight. Health context, NAFLD. Fasted movement, exercising before eating, forces the body to tap into glycogen and fat stores, crucial for reversing fatty liver. Consulting reason, this generates brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, effectively fertilizer for your brain cells, preparing you for complex problem solving. Hindu integration, Kapalabhati, skull-shining breath, can be done here to energize the frontal lobe. Note, avoid if you have high blood pressure. Stick to Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, for balance. 4. The deep work block, the output engine. Time, T+60 minutes example. 7:00 a.m., 9:00 a.m. Context, this is before your first stand-up call or client meeting. The habit, focus on the strategic or learning tasks. Current role, SAP. Complex architectural diagrams, migration strategies, or writing white papers. Future role, AI or manager. Learning Python, studying LLM architectures, or drafting team strategies. The protocol, 1. Phone in another room. 2. Email or Teams or Slack closed. 3. Single monitor focus. Don't have dashboards open on the side. The why, consulting reason, this is the only time you control. Once the emails start, 9:00 a.m., you are in reaction mode. You must secure your proactive mode wins early. Cognitive load. Your brain has the highest glucose availability and lowest decision fatigue right now. Do the hardest thing first, eat the frog. Section 4. The nutrition and fueling strategy. Daily. Designing the inputs to manage NAFLD and energy. Concept. Midahara. Moderate or measured eating. 1. Intermittent fasting, time-restricted feeding. The habit, push breakfast to 10:00 a.m. or 11:00 a.m. if possible. 14, 10 or 16, 8 window. The why, health context, NAFLD or obesity. Every time you eat, insulin spikes. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. To burn liver fat, you need prolonged periods of low insulin. The morning fast is the most effective tool for this. Consulting reason, digestion is energy expensive. Eating a heavy breakfast, the standard American or corporate breakfast of bagels or sugary cereal, causes a blood sugar crash by 11:00 a.m. Fasting keeps mental clarity sharp. Ketones are great brain fuel. 2. The first meal, break fast. The habit, high protein plus fiber, low carb. Example, eggs or tofu scramble with spinach, or a protein shake with psyllium husk. The why, health context. Breaking a fast with sugar or carbs causes a massive spike. Protein or fiber buffers this. Consulting reason, sustained energy release. No sugar crash during your 1:00 p.m. presentation. 3. Caffeine strategy. The habit, no coffee in the first 90 minutes of waking. Let cortisol clear naturally. Stop all caffeine by 2:00 p.m., max 2 cups. The why, consulting reason, caffeine blocks adenosine, sleep pressure. If you drink it too late, it ruins your deep sleep, destroying your ability to retain the information you learned that day. Health context. Excess caffeine can stress the adrenals, complicating the cortisol or belly fat loop. Section 5. The transition to work ritual. Entering the professional avatar. Time, 8:45 a.m., just before office hours begin. The habit, the daily stand-up with yourself. 1. Open the calendar, review the hard landscape, meetings that cannot move. 2. Pick the big 3. What are the 3 things that must happen today for this day to be a success? 1 must be related to your future AI or manager goal. 3. Visualization, Manasa Puja. Briefly close your eyes. Visualize the challenging meetings. See yourself calm, articulate, and breathing deeply. The why, consulting reason, consultants often suffer from context-switching fatigue. This ritual sets the context before the noise begins. It allows you to enter the day proactively rather than reactively. Future pivot. By ensuring one of your big 3 is related to AI or management. Example, read 1 AI paper or connect with 1 mentor. You ensure you are not just working in your job, but on your career. Section 6. Mental models for the workday. How to think while you work. 09-001700. 1. The touch it once rule. The habit? If an email or message takes 2 minutes to answer, do it immediately. If it takes longer, schedule it or delegate it. Never open it, read it, and close it to decide later. The why, open loops drain cognitive battery, Zeigarnik effect. In SAP projects, the volume of email is massive. You must triage ruthlessly to keep your mind clear for complex problem solving. 2. Disagree and commit, managerial mindset. The habit, in meetings, voice your expert opinion clearly. If the decision goes another way, fully support it. The why, this is a key trait for your move to management. It shows maturity and reduces the emotional friction, stress, of being right. 3. The consultant's pause. The habit, when asked a question, take 1 full breath before answering. The why? Consulting. It makes you look thoughtful and confident. It prevents rambling. Hindu or yogic. It creates a gap between stimulus and response. Viveka, discernment. End of part 1. Part 2 will cover the afternoon slump, evening routine, sleep architecture, weekly or monthly reviews, and the specific strategy for moving to AI or management. Would you like me to proceed with Part 2, the macro habits, evening routine, and career pivot strategy? This is Part 2 of your comprehensive guide. We have established the microscopic and morning foundations. Now we tackle the hardest part of the consultant's day, the afternoon slump, the transition to personal life, and the strategic career pivot, SAP to AI or management. We continue to integrate your specific health context, NAFLD, obesity, eyesight, and Hindu philosophical frameworks, where they offer practical utility. The Consultant's Protocol. Part 2. The Midday Pivot and the Macro View. Section 1. The Afternoon Oscillation. 13-001800. Winning the battle against decision fatigue and glucose spikes. The hours between 1:00 3:00 p.m. and 4:00 p.m. are the death zone for productivity. Biological rhythms naturally dip here. Most consultants try to caffeinate their way through this. You will navigate through it using biology. 1. The lunch strategy. The anti-slump protocol. Time, 12:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. The habit. Apply the half-plate rule. Ardha Udara half-stomach. Protocol. 50% vegetables, fiber. 25% protein, 25% complex carbs. Strict rule. No white carbs at lunch. White rice, white bread, pasta. The why. Consulting reason. A heavy carb lunch creates an insulin spike followed by a reactive hypoglycemia, sugar crash, around 3:00 p.m. This is when you make mistakes in Excel models or snap at a junior consultant. Health context. NAFLD or obesity. Visceral fat loves insulin spikes. Keeping lunch low glycemic keeps insulin quiet. Post-lunch walk, Sadavali. You must walk for 10 to 15 minutes immediately after eating. This blunts the glucose spike by up to 30% as muscles use the glucose immediately. Do this while taking a non-video call if necessary. 2. The NSDR reset. Yoga Nidra. Time, 2:30 p.m., when energy is lowest. Duration, 10-20 minutes. The habit, non-sleep deep rest, NSDR or Yoga Nidra. Lie down, floor of home office, or sit in a reclined chair. Put on headphones. Listen to a guided 10-minute Yoga Nidra script. Body scan. The why. Consulting reason. You cannot power through a biological dip effectively. A 20-minute NSDR provides the cognitive refresh of a 3-hour nap without the sleep inertia, groggy feeling. It resets dopamine levels in the brain, restoring motivation for the final push. Health context, eyesight. This is a mandatory eyes closed period. It re-wets the eyes and relaxes the ciliary muscles completely. Hindu integration. Yoga Nidra is the state of conscious sleep, prajna. It teaches you to detach from the stress of the client project while remaining alert. 3. The manager mode block admin and meetings. Time, 3:00 p.m. 5:00 p.m. The habit. Schedule your low cognitive load tasks here. Answering routine emails, timesheets, or expenses. Status update meetings, where you listen more than talk. The why. Consulting reason. Your prefrontal cortex, logic center, is tired. Don't waste high-energy brain power on low-value tasks. Save the deep work for the morning, as per Part 1. Career pivot. Use this time to observe your current managers. How do they handle conflict? How do they structure the meeting? Take notes not on the content, but on the method. This is shadow training. Section 2. The career pivot strategy, daily and weekly. Moving from SAP implementation to AI strategy or management. You cannot switch careers by hoping. You must build the new identity daily. 1. The 10% rule, the Skunkworks project. The habit, dedicate 10% of your work week approx. 4 to 5 hours to the future role, not the current one. Daily action, the double duty. AI context. When solving an SAP problem, ask, how would an AI agent solve this? Or how can Gen AI automate this documentation? Action. Instead of writing a spec manually, use an LLM to draft it, then critique it. You are training yourself on prompt engineering while doing your job. Management context. When a junior colleague struggles, do not fix it for them. Coach them. Action. Spend 10 minutes asking them questions to help them solve it. This builds your managerial muscle. 2. The learning commute, audio university. The habit, if you commute, or during your daily chores or exercise, listen to specific podcasts or audiobooks on AI strategy or leadership, not just news or entertainment. Content, HBR IdeaCast, AI breakdown podcasts, or lectures on management cybernetics. The why, consulting reason. You need the vocabulary of the future role before you get the title. You must sound like a manager or AI strategist in meetings now. Cognitive loading, passive listening, allows you to absorb high-level concepts without the strain of reading, protecting your eyes. Section 3, the evening ritual, 18:00 sleep. Transitioning from human doing to human being. 1. The shutdown ritual, the boundary. Time, 6:00 p.m. hard stop. The habit. 1. Close all tabs. 2. Write the big 3 for tomorrow. 3. Say a phrase out loud, the work is done. I am now your name, the father, or husband or self. The why, consulting reason, work expands to fill the time available. If you don't have a hard stop, you will check emails until 9:00 p.m., destroying your recovery. Health context. Stress prevents the parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest, from engaging. You need the system online to digest dinner and repair the liver. 2. The early dinner, Ratri Bhojan. Time. Finish eating by 7:00 p.m., or at least 3 hours before bed. The habit. Lightest meal of the day, soups, steamed vegetables, lentils. Strict rule. No heavy animal proteins or complex fats late at night. The why. Health context. NAFLD, or obesity or GERD. Liver repair. The liver does its deepest detox work between 10:00 p.m. and 2:00 a.m. If it is busy digesting a late pizza, it cannot burn fat or repair cells. Sleep quality. Digestion raises body temperature. Deep sleep requires a drop in body temperature. Late eating destroys deep sleep, and thus, your brain power for tomorrow. 3. The digital sunset, eye and mind protection. Time, 8:00 p.m. onwards. The habit. Blue light blocking. Wear amber or red tinted glasses if you must look at screens. No work screens, TV is okay, passive. But no laptop or phone, interactive or stressful. The why, health context, eyesight. Your eyes have worked for 10 hours. Give them darkness or soft light. Health context, circadian rhythm. Blue light suppresses melatonin. Melatonin is also an antioxidant that helps the liver. Hindu integration, pratyahara, withdrawal of senses. The evening is for drawing the energy inward, not scattering it outward into the internet. Section 4. The macro habits, weekly, monthly, yearly. The system maintenance layer. 1. The weekly review, Friday afternoon or Sunday morning. The habit, the retrospective, agile methodology applied to life. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What went well? Celebrate wins boosts dopamine. 2. What broke? Did I binge eat? Did I miss a deadline? Why? 3. The pivot check. Did I do anything this week to move toward AI or management? If not, schedule it for next week first. The why? A consultant without a review process is just a reactive employee. You must consult yourself. 2. The monthly health audit. The habit, weigh-in and measurement. Waist circumference, critical for NAFLD. Eye check. Are my eyes redder or drier than last month? The sattva check. Am I feeling lighter and clearer, or heavier and duller to moss? 3. The quarterly life strategy day. The habit, take a half day off. Go to a coffee shop or a park, change of environment. Review your career trajectory. Gap analysis, I want to be an AI manager. I currently know SAP. What is the missing link? Example. Python certification, PMP, public speaking. Plan the next quarter's learning goal. Section 5. Dealing with failure, prayashitta. What to do when the system breaks. You will have days where you eat pizza at 11:00 p.m., scream at a deadline, and skip your walk. The habit, the never miss twice rule. If you miss a workout, the next meal must be healthy. If you ruin a morning, the afternoon must be productive. The Hindu concept, prayashitta, is not guilt. It is atonement or correction. If you eat badly, your penance is not self-hatred. It is a 16-hour fast the next day to reset the liver. If you snap at a colleague, your penance is an immediate, sincere apology. Summary of the whole life system. The golden thread, sutra. The thread that connects your SAP present to your AI future, your obesity to your fitness, and your stress to your peace is awareness, sakshi bhava, witness consciousness. 1. Witness your hunger. Are you hungry, or just bored, or stressed? NAFLD cure. 2. Witness your breath. Is it shallow, stress, or deep? Control. Anxiety cure. 3. Witness your work. Are you just turning the crank or are you learning the machine? Career pivot. Final chronology checklist. Time block activity key purpose. 05, 3006, 30 wake. Water, Surya Namaskar, breath liver flush, mobility, cortisol control. 07, 0009, 00 deep work, learning or strategy, career pivot, AI or management. High cognitive load. 09, 0012, 00, client work, stand-ups, standing. Core job, protecting eyes, 20-20-20. 12, 30 to 13, 30 lunch, low carb, plus 15 minutes walk glucose control, preventing afternoon crash. 14, 30 to 14, 50 NSDR, or Yoga Nidra brain reset, eye rest. 15, 0017, 00 admin, meetings, shadowing low energy work, learning management. 18, 00 shutdown ritual mental boundary. 19, 00 light dinner gut or liver health. 20, 00 plus digital sunset, family, reading blue light protection recovery. 22, this is a demanding protocol. Start by implementing the morning water, the 20-20-20 eye rule, and the shutdown ritual. Once those stick, 2 to 3 weeks. Add the nutrition and deep work layers. You are designing a machine that produces high-quality decisions. Treat it with the same respect you would treat $1 million SAP server. Would you like me to detail a specific weekend recovery protocol, or create a travel or on-site variation of this for when you visit clients?